It's the only place we have to keep going every time, time after time after time. Go inside. I'm blocked right now. How am I reacting to it? Do I react with anger? Do I react with frustration? Do I react with depression or a loss of energy? We have to come to the realization that it isn't what happens to us that causes our suffering. It's our reaction to what happens to us that causes our suffering.
I didn't want to say this, guess it's easier to write. It's like the only way the words come out right is on the mic. To move past the darkness, gotta bring it to the light. Honestly, 2017 was the darkest year of my life. It's hard to see when and how it all came crashing down. After a while, I noticed I don't really feel like myself. Maybe it was the medication for my ADD. Maybe I lost touch with the Lord. All I know is something changed me. I was determined to feel like I used to, chasing after the past instead of what's ahead, what's new. I became so numb to everything inside. On the outside, acting like I'm so fine. Stepped off the meds and haven't gone back since. After a couple mental breakdowns, wishing it all would end. I prayed to God for hours that night for him to kill me. Wrote it out, double-sided on the paper, the pain I'm feeling. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm really being honest. I'm only thankful God didn't answer the way I wanted. The very next day I wrote, changed my mind. The car slipping on the ice, my life flashed before my eyes. I instantly regretted the things I said the night before. It took months to find the courage to open up the door and let emotions back in and to fight and fight. Every night I've never shed so many tears in my life. Things were finally turning around and I was looking forward to the summer job I was hoping for. Till at the airport I was denied entry to the USA. We tried to get my visa, tried to get my record straight. If that wasn't stressful enough, the very next day I was walking my dog van past the alley with the gate when another dog jumped him. I'll avoid the details. Sometimes I still fight the flashbacks for real. I tried not to show how much all this was hurting me. Didn't know if we could afford revenge surgery. That's when I got a volunteer job at a local camp. For a couple weeks, the rest of summer was spent washing dishes like I usually do, stacking up my savings. I tried to hide the devastation I was facing, found relief listening to Linkin Park's Numb. And a week later, I heard the news of Chester Bennington. Could hardly call myself a fan, can't believe how much that hurt me. Only 2 days before my 20th birthday, no one even knew. I kept going back to hide in the bathroom, crying and crying out my eyes. This ain't a sob story, not everything was a bummer. Went with my family to Hawaii at the end of the summer. I only wish I was healed back then as I am now, but I'd be lying if I said I fully made it out. I had to admit to himself that I'm dealing with depression. Not gonna act like I'm okay until it's genuine, but I am gonna fight. Done with wallowing in sorrow. It'll be better in a month if it's not better tomorrow. And I'm stronger than I've ever been in my entire life, and that came from realizing that I value my life. Even though I'm rarely ever happy anymore, it's safe to say I got joy. That's all I'm looking for. Come with me and explore. This life is still an adventure. Can't wait to see what's in store. You're right, it's better together. I realize I made it through. To say I made it through. Bring change to a few who can maybe relate to. You're still beautiful, don't you ever forget it. You're a living miracle, don't take a second for granted. Don't think you lost yourself, cause hard times have got you changing. Understand you're worth it, man, and I know you're gonna make it. Yeah, and I know you're gonna make it. I know you're gonna make it. Yeah, you're worth it, man, and I know you're gonna make it. Yeah, 2018.
It's about accepting the way things are now and operate from a place of peace and acceptance first, and then creating from that position going first. So stress is just an internal process, and it's really about arguing with what's going on out there. You know, even sometimes even arguing what's going on within us. Just let go, accept,